to pull out that greeting so often. Hi, it's a later stream. Whew. I don't really have too much to mention before I begin. All I have on my mind is dressing up the friend SPORE creatures and turning them into spacefaring empires. And maybe a bit extra, depending on how much time I have left. Because I know, like, last time, my last SPORE stream, like, it filled out the entire, like, standard, like, 4 hours, I think. I don't anticipate, this time to take as long, and I'll explain why once I get the game up and rolling. Oh my god, really? Am I at 300 Lily Pals now? Holy shit! Thank you, everybody! Thank you so much! Ah, my Lily Pals, I love you! Wow. Wow. Damn, I'm tempted to, like, I'm gonna have to think of maybe something to celebrate, maybe. Magic Froggy fanfare. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I got no ideas right now. I know I had it in the back of my mind, like, maybe to do a subathon at some point in the near-ish future, maybe? I don't know. I don't know much about running subathons, other than, like, announcing them and probably planning out, like, an itinerary for each one. If that's all there is, then I don't have too much to worry about. I would mainly just have to think of what day to do it. But that's a problem for future Froggy. Right now, I want to deal with Space Froggy. With my space friend creatures. Open up SPORE. Spinny, 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 ha-ha! Galactic Adventures! I wonder if in addition to, the Space Outfitter, if I should, like, make individual, adventure captains. I don't know. I'm not gonna... If I do that, I think I might do it off-stream. But essentially, all we're gonna do is I go to Creatures, Space Outfitter, and then I have to pick a critter. I remember making a tag for all the relevant creations. What was it? Lily Pals, of course. So we're gonna go in chronological order. So I'm starting with Zathy. As you can see, there's a myriad of different types of clothes and accessories to put on. They can be, you know, range from primitive to modern to future spacey. Alright, for Zathi, I anticipate it's probably gonna stick close to, like, you know, fairy theme. Because that's how Zathi does. That might not work. Can I pull this off somehow? Okay. Alright. And then, maybe like just behind, like put some foliage. Actually, no. I think that'll blend too much with their hair. This, on the other hand, that kind of covers up the leaf, though. What about shoulder pads? That could work. Or maybe like a chest plate. Maybe it would work better if I put something else down first, and then, like, placed it on top of it. And as always, let me know if I need to change volume at all. Adjust sound levels. Let's see. I can't remember if Zath has a tendency to wear like skirts or dresses. I've mainly seen her in like kind of in more casual, like baggy sweatshirt stuff. Maybe if I just did like just the back. I kind of want to lower this a bit, just so the head doesn't clip into it so much. No. I halfway wish that this editor had more parts. Yeah, a bit better on the legs. That could work. And then... oh, I didn't like the look of that. Somewhere I probably should include like one of these wings. What about like down here? I think that looks okay. I know I'm not going to be tampering with colors all that much. This really what I want to leave off with? What if I included a sort of just like, I want something in their hair. Or at least like fixed into their hair. That kind of looks alright. How does it look with colors? Okay. Some of them kind of stick out, but that's kind of okay. And thus, the Zathi Empire was born. Anytime I complete, or anytime I outfit a creature with space clothes, you know, then they have the capacity to show up in the space stage, in like any old playthrough. Alright, so next, creature dedicated to my lovely wife. Oh boy, where to begin? So, the general theme was a Gorgon. I highly doubt that, like, a wizard hat is probably gonna fit around the spitter. Maybe not focus on the heads as much. Aside from maybe... Aside from maybe one of these deals? Very strange angle. It's so finicky. I think that's about the best I can get it. We can just keep it like that and then focus on the body however I'm able to. Maybe... separate them out a bit. No. No, this kind of curvature works better. Based on my wife, you can't judge me. And then for one of these numbers, maybe do like one of those numbers. Let's see. Maybe I could do like loose sleeves. Just kind of flowing around the arms. And then Eesh, close. Trying to get it close. Goodness grievance. Might be the best I can get it. It's kind of neat. And then maybe like at the sides, like some, and a couple of carrying packs. Okay, this is going to be a bit awkward. Let's try this. That works a little better. How does it look in color? I like it. Kind of like what it's got going for it. I have to put something for the other two heads, though. Just something. What if like that, and then another one over here. Yeah. I might just extend that out a bit further though, just so it's not clipping into the eyelids. Double check colors. Yeah, I think this looks fairly solid. Let's do it. Alright. Next. Tribs. Tribs should be a little easier to outfit given the kind of basic humanoid shape. Here we go. Hey, old plague. Ooh, I could see a number where, like, there's just this big sort of engine, like, right at the chest there. And, like, he's wearing just kind of like this apparatus. I think it would look cool. What is that emote? And then next, I think that's not wide enough. Let me rotate these around. Nah. No. I think if I had it... Let me do the shoulders first, just around... around the shoulders like this. Like it's wrapping around like a harness. And then maybe a single one of these, but sideways. Whoops. Oh, actually, this might work a little bit better. I can, like, so it looks like it's attached to the harness. Just a bit. Then I think do a similar little thing here. And then at the back here, not yet. Not just yet. This? Maybe? I'll work with it. And now we have the rockets. Semi-pointy rockets. And then for shoulders, I think that works out pretty well. And just a little bit to finalize apparatus there. Do I want anything on the head? How would one of these look? No, that's not working. This might work though. This one is always a little finicky. But then, maybe if I added like, no, that's silly. Maybe one of these. Whoops. Not quite. No. Maybe just like one of these, which would kind of defeat the purpose of why I included this visor in the first place. It kind of looks alright though. Kinda. And just like place them there and just have them like stick out like that, maybe. Sure. Colorized. I like that I managed to pull this off. Yeah, it all looks pretty alright to me. Now Tribs is in space. Argent is next. This will be interesting. Let's see. This could very well work. To an extent. Maybe a little lower down. And add like another one of these visors up and over. Or maybe just more like covering the rest of the head like that. Looks okay, I think, so far. I'm not feeling it. Let's see. Maybe if I substituted that with this, possibly. Not really. And then the eyes can stay. Meanwhile, I gotta make them work somewhere, somehow. This honestly doesn't look too bad. You comfy devil? You having yourself a comf? This is definitely like a more casual stream. I'm not sure if I'd qualify it as a chill stream, but it's definitely casual. And Froggy design creatures. Yeah, it's about the sum of it. And then maybe do this little number for her legs. Okay. Let me follow up with one of these. Oh, that's clipping in. Okay. That'll do. If I could shorten it down a little more, I probably could have kept that. It would look alright. What about clocks? I don't know what Argent sounds like, but if I had to give her an accent, my pick would be clock knees. Thanks, anyone? I'd be fine with some hugs. I hope you're proud of me. getting hooked by a plague. Well, as long as you've had your shots, it should be fine. Oh, baby. No. What if it was just one of these? It's kind of weird. Maybe up here. Okay. And then could maybe get away with one of these at the tail. Yeah. Then maybe like use one of these as makeshift shoulder pads. There we go. Let's check it out. It's very pink. Very pink. I kind of like it. Let's work with it. Arjun, you're going into space. Alright. Out of curiosity. Okay, yeah, they keep the tag. Xeno. Zenosha. Tentacles. Let me think. Just kind of a top hat. just a small. What about one of these numbers? Almost. Almost. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad that works. And then, for funsies, whoops. There we are. They seem to approve. Don't want to obstruct the tentacles all that much. If I can help it. Hmm. That's a little better. Hmm. Give me again, like, a couple of traveling packs. Mm-hmm. Eh. It's okay, but maybe if I finished it off with one of these, if I can manage to make it look alright. How about this? Okay, yeah, that's alright. Preview? Once again, very pink. But I think that's overall pretty alright. Next... Mel. Oh my god. Let's give him a Spartan helmet. And then we're done. More wings. More wings makes everything better. Looks a little wonky, but it's Mel, so I'm able to forgive it. Maybe it would look better with some rocket packs. More wings makes things better. It's true. That's why every animal has wings. Every single one. So when dinosaurs became avian, exactly! And the rest of us followed suit, because... the rest of us followed suit because it was just perfection. Alright. Mel and his helmet and his butt propulsion belt. Just one more thing. Oh dear. I have no idea what that entails, but... Okay. Aura, I know, is going to be particularly tricky. Yeah, it's not gonna work. What if I used like one of these, whoops, sort of like a headdress sort of deal? Just a start. No, absolutely not. Ooh. I might be onto something. I can maybe manage to side it down a bit. Okay, yeah, no. Well, hang on. What if I turned it around? And made it like this. That's kind of cute. And then, wait, no. Instead of that, we add hair. Maybe. Maybe a ponytail. Or ponytails. No. um... No. It's probably the best I'm gonna be able to get out of that. I can put these on your shoulders. Like that. As well as on our thighs. And then to the lower sides here. Thank you, Strat. I always try my best. It clips into itself down there. Oh, thank you, Lily Pals. And then I guess. Just gotta make sure I'm not clipping into the feathers. Or the rest of itself. Fine. But I'm gonna also add one of these measures, because my big sister is not always sunshine and feathers and rainbows. She's got a little bit of edge to her. Let's take a look. Looks about the way I expected. Oh well. my sister's in space! Sip coffee. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's do this. Oh my god. Sis has been sent away. Now time to suit up Pocky. Punky. Incredible. And then, all will tremble at the might of the Punky Empire. You do accept something that likes a booty as well, no, this isn't exactly Pocky. It's based on Pocky. To the best of my capabilities. I think even in the description, I was like, I'm so sorry. At least this time, there's no doubt in my mind, like, Pocky wears a skirt. Or skirts of a sort. Oh my god. Here, I can fix the booty problem. There. Oh my fucking god. Problem solved. And then, of course, rocket. Tiny rockets. You can sort of rotate like that. And then this, I think. Maybe. The idea is like some sort of belt buckle. That'll do. For brain cell protection. Protection from brain cells. Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. So for this one, I want to take a screenshot. Eh. Okay. Right click. Right click is rotate. And I will send that to Pocky later. Alright. Zuri! Let's see. What do we got? Maybe like this. I'm sure she will. She's seen the naked version. I distinctly remember her telling me that she was a little concerned by the fact that out of all of my creations, she is the only one I apologized for. Kind of like eyes on the back of his head. That kind of deal. And another one of these. Okay. I'll go with it. And then something a little different for the torso. Alright. I feel like, I feel like the, like, sort of flare would probably work pretty well with Surrey. As long as I can actually get it to work out. There. I think that's good. Alright. And then not a rocket, because I feel like this empire would try to be like fairly green in like their energy production. That actually looks pretty snazzy. I really like it. Who's next? I'm actually making pretty good time. Oh, there's only 2 left. This was for, Mana Mana. Okay, yeah, that's cute. And then, what if? What if? Close enough. Maybe put it up just a little bit, like that. And then. Oh, I wonder if this is something I can pull off with these parts. The wings are a little too thin. So what if I beefed them up a bit? The idea was like mounted cannons, but I guess like they're more like they just look more like mounted cameras. But that works. That works too. Might be as good as I can get it. As symmetrical as I can get it. Okay. Keep it mounted. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I really like this. Just gonna make sure everything lines up the way I want it to. Yes. I am so happy with myself. But if I added like a bolt right there just to cover up, just to try and cover up, like the little gap you can look into. Good enough. That's Pom Pom. Alright. And lastly, we have Chroma. Chroma is meant first and foremost to be robotic, so I have a feeling this will turn out reasonably well. As long as I can get all the pieces to cooperate. Oh, I really like that. I didn't intend to do that, but that actually looks really, really cute. No. Make them a Wizlord. Robot Wizlord. And then some screws, because of course. I wonder if I should add, like, just asymmetrical bangs. Like, just right there. No. Nah. Don't to bed, night Froggy, Lily Pals. Night night, Strata! Sweet dreams. Thanks for coming by. What the chroma sniff? What the chroma sniffin'? And then, of course, because this is a chroma on an adventure through space. Cute and colorful. Okay, that's... yeah, as anticipated, that didn't take nearly as long to do as the initial creature making process. In which case, here's what I'm gonna do. It's time to play Spore normally. We're gonna play from Cell all the way to Space Stage. Gotta pick a planet, a system. Let's go with this one. Alright. So, my general idea is I want to try and lean like towards like semi-realistic evolutionary processes. Possibly, maybe. It probably means I'm gonna die a lot though. Because natural selection is fueled by the threat of extinction. And so I think starting out, I'm going to be a herbivore. Here's our little cell dude. And then we're going to play on hard. I think everybody like tends to play on either easy or normal, but hard is kind of a little more esoteric. Name the planet. Orphea is pretty good. Let's randomize it a bit though. Drolinev. Remon 3. Demimantil. That's just... Socrealden. Aganzan. Spore's name generation is something else. Crowron, Webar, Albecto, Aquinani, Tricia. Here's what I'll do. The planet will be called Tricia, and then I'll name our species Orphea. This time around, gotta let the cutscenes play, even though I've seen them a billion times. Rock slams into bigger rock. That happens to be a little wet. Alright. So immediately my first thought is, despite appearances, you know, in this watery terrain, you know, we can evidently see that the waters are supposed to be red, or kind of like reddish orange in color. So here we are, competing to find chlorophyll bits, little plant bits, to create energy. Newly arisen carbon-based life. And already there are predators amongst me and amongst my kin. Ah! First death! Woo! I can't call a mate yet, so I just gotta swim around. Eat my greens, eat my veggies. And then I grow a bit bigger. Owie. Am I gonna have to get through the first threshold before I can... Okay, so... Gonna swipe the genes for, you know, for the potential to grow spines for protection. But the first thing I want to do we find a mate, spawn an egg, so we've already come into sexual reproduction, male and female. First thing I'm going to do, go red. Actually, kind of like a vermilion. Because even though it doesn't play out in the rest of our environment, it's so evident that the water is red, and so I'm gonna go a bit red for the sake of camouflage, even though that's not really a thing in the game aside from the sneak function, but sneaking is for the creature stage, not cell. No, the best hope that a cell can have, I suppose, like, I'm gonna grow my eyes to be a little more spread out, so they can cover like a wider range. And also I made that one bigger for the same reason. Tail grow longer. Doesn't change anything stat-wise, but it will in due time. Kind of shape the skeleton, or at least the body plan, to be relatively hydrodynamic looking. Okay, we name our species Orphea. And this is just a start. And of course, if the idea is semi-realistic evolution, then it can be assumed like I'm just one lineage among what's going to grow into many, absolutely many. And so I think I can use this time to posit the first main pressure for my species to adapt. My form is still very rudimentary, and a longer tail is not going to be quite enough to be able to sufficiently compete with predators and other animal cell-like organisms. This time I'm getting a speed advantage only because I'm swimming with the current. But you could see, like, it's only thanks to the interference of other cells that I managed to escape. Otherwise, my swimming was only just breaking even. Part of my motivation for kind of thinking of the game this way is just because I've been looking into a lot of speculative evolutionary projects, like All Tomorrows, which wife will remember that. Alright, so yeah, and you can see I cannot outrun this giant predator. I can only get away with the interference of other obstacles. And so to aid in this evolutionary race, first thing that we will adapt into is the growth of new flagella, new limbs. This will help us, just in general, to speed up a little faster. And then it's going to move a little further down. This one grows up a bit. Colors I see no reason to change just yet. Yeah, so now we're a little bit faster. We'll be able to possibly outrun more predators, as well as be quicker to the punch in obtaining food. A very generous bounty. Dog. These predators have an advantage of sort of like ambush tactics. And it's a tactic I can now learn for myself, if I so, or rather if nature so desires. I guess for a big portion of this game, for this gameplay, you could kind of think of this as like a pseudo-documentary. It's got a similar vibe. Hello, Lejort. I'm a swimmy little cell. So there's an introduction of other organisms with other traits that prove dangerous for our little cell buddy here. So, I think firstly, I'm going to replace those eyes with a little kind of these to sort of help retain more light and maybe, you know, to see better. Here we have the wiggly chomp chomp slowly evolving into a frog. Majestic, watch now as it hunts for a mate. Probably, I would probably play that way if this were any other playthrough, but you know, I've been consuming a lot of Spec Evo projects, and so I'm actually like taking into consideration like very select pressures and trying to like be semi-realistic with all the bits that I've got. So these flagella will grow a little bit longer, and this tail will be shortened and specialized into a propulsion organelle. And then as an effort to be able to grab onto the smaller plant bits, the mouth grows a bit larger as well. We can change color a bit now, maybe to a little more reddish. Functionally, no. It's just aesthetic. I'm mainly just retaining it just because, as far as our starting body plan, it had 2 vertical eyes to start, so it's a trait that will probably linger for a little bit, for a little while. Okay. So, if the plan is primarily camouflage, relative camouflage, oh, definitely not. Maybe? This might be a bit better. Like the little spots kind of helping to break up its relative form. Be mistaken for bubbles. So now our little swimmy creature is able to engage in little bursts of speed while maintaining, you know, some ability with the maintaining some ability with the 2 arms to be able to maneuver as needed. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, look, it's one of us. And one of those cells has, you know, it spews poison with one of its organelles. And that's a new mouth. So generally there's a lot of predatory species surrounding me. So either I need to figure out ways to defend myself, to run away faster, or with the introduction of the proboscis, I now have a way to sort of join the club. Yeah, become omnivore. Alright, so I think here neat. Spikes in front and back, nothing can chomp. Yep. But again, I'm trying to be semi-realistic about this. Yeah, so the four most ocular sort of organelles will start to split. This little sensory organ will start to shrink, become vestigial, and the flagella will start to specialize into cilia, little fins that can help in sharp turning and maneuvering. You know, generally just bursting and sort of gliding through the waters. Despite the desire for semi-realism, I still would like to, at some point, obtain that poison gland just to have it. What the? What happened? What killed me? I genuinely don't know. Exploded from death disease. I guess. So along with a number of several predators, I'm also noticing there's a bit of a food shortage. That one has the zappy zap. I got sandwiched. That was fast. Hey, babe. So with limited resources and an abundance of predators, plus a consistently expanding body plan that's growing more complex, overall the demand for other tactics seems to be in order. So this little filter mouth, we can say, eventually fuses together into a single proboscis like organ. eyes further split apart. That, and it gets even smaller. And once again, like, trying to engage in camouflage, except this time it's to sneak up on prey, as well as confuse potential predators. And so Orphea evolved to become omnivorous. Got Zappy Zap. Yeah, see how you like it. Precisely. Okay, I can't get close to them. Oof. Mishmash of a bunch of bad things. So the good news is, despite all the encroaching pressures, it seems like our overall population is not only managing to hang on, but also become more prosperous. Which, in regards to the mechanics of evolution, provides sort of a medium for further genetic diversity. I haven't managed to unlock poison yet. And I don't think I'll be able to take down one of those big things just yet. Okay. So the eye, the vertical eye, will become entirely vestigial to the extent that it basically ceases to be. We could also say that precisely, I was thinking part of the proboscis could split from its previous origins as, you know, filtering things. As like filter mouth organelles, and then adapt into defensive little spines towards the mouth. can change the color a little bit. A little bit more orange. Not as well camouflaged, but sandwiched again. Drat. Still got him. Okay. Alright. I probably should have seen that coming. So we grow bigger still, still maintaining some degree of prosperity. Poison, come to mama. Thank you. Thank you very much. Speaking of mama, yeah, so with the advent of predators only adapting to become more dangerous in various ways, it would likely encourage the need to further specialize in self-defense. I mean, little wigglers are 8, only those adapted to give tummy aches began to survive. We can flow with that, with that timeline. Wow. Literally, I gave my mate a good time just before their own death. So swapping out the need for speed, the little boosty, exactly, the little boosty organelle began to shift and change into a glandular organelle to supply its own little dose of poison to punish any would-be predators that would wish to ambush it from behind. And so at the sacrifice of speed, it now effectively delivers a hurtful dose of toxins. Seriously cannot choke this guy out. He refuses. He may have already... yeah, he may have already grown an immunity to to my poison. And of course I mustn't neglect the benefit of feeding on plants. I'd also like to posit, as far as our growth physically, I speculate we're about the size of a minnow, or at least we were. Now I'd say we're about the size of a larger fish. I'm aware. I can check. Okay, still leaning herbivore. The bad thing about a proboscis is that you can't eat it from any of these meat chunks. You need a pincer, sort of, mandibles to do that. Hence why all the junior cells are always flocking towards those bits, those chunks. That is true. That is a possibility. And there's already kind of a basis for it, like the proboscis could recede into like a separate organelle that would potentially serve as like a proto-tongue, and then the spikes would then make up the mandibles. Okay. I'm not mating this time. That might be a bit silly. Yeah. And so, evolving a mouse not too dissimilar from Earth arthropods, or at least like prehistoric arthropods, evolved mandibles to be able to consume flesh entirely. Well, it prioritizes predation, although its digestive tract still supports, plant digestion. And then, the cilia organelles can further specialize into, sort of like fanned fins in order to provide a little more speed to catch prey. True. True. No, I can't. No, I can't. It's either this mouth or like, if I place any other mouths, they're gonna have to be somewhere else. Nope. At least not at our budget. Nope. Nope, didn't work. It's fine. It's fine, I'll try not to go overboard. I probably won't have to go overboard because we only have so far to go in our timeline. How dare. And so with the consumption of meat, our nucleus started to grow more complex into something somewhat similar to a brain. Or rather, I guess, if we're the size of a fish, we technically would have had a brain already. Or a brain-like organ that is only just, you know, growing more complex. Before I move on to the next stage, I'm gonna mate one more time. So the fan fins, you know, grow bigger, wider. Mouth a little bigger. And with less, I guess, need for poison, it grows a little smaller. Well, actually, in growing smaller, it starts to disperse the poison, not so much as like just kind of filtering it into the water, but it's starting to shrink into a more pressurized organ, capable of, you know, sort of releasing concentrated bursts in certain directions. Okay, maybe not so bright anymore. Trying to Discovery Channel SPORE. In a sense, yeah. Also, hello, Mr. Dippity. Okay. Ah! Didn't eat enough meat. It's fine. It is becoming what I think it is. What do you think it's becoming, babe? So now, ever slowly, species of Orphea start to realize, like, I guess, the life of Predator is just not quite working out. But with plant matter ever growing more reclusive in the waters, it's about time for... Hang on. Basically, I mean, the game is just telling us, no, yeah, you're kelp suckers. You've been kelp suckers for billions of years. Oh, burst bird! It could, or at least something similar. Granted, I know one problem is that, it's the wrong planet. Alright. So as I was saying, like, with the recession of plant organisms in the water, and, by venturing closer to beaches and shores, along low tides, Orphea starts to evolve further until it starts to adapt some capacity to live up on the surface, outside of the water. So starting out, it's going to be something like an amphibian. An amphibious species that starts out in water and then, ever slowly starts to, like, adapt to better suit a terrestrial environment. We are fish no more, but, we're not too far removed. Not yet. So for now, we're going to be wriggling across the floor. By rights, you don't need legs immediately now, or could have limbs but no feet. Yeah. Like, add the other leg legs, remove feet, stream was probably, yep. Lungfish right now, then. I suppose that's a way of thinking of it. Landfish. We are essentially Tiktaalik. Or at least the equivalent. Also, I I just realized, like, we are herbivores, but because we have a carnivore mouth right now, we can consume meat safely. For now. Okay. Yeah. Shallow waters. I'm aware. I'm aware. I'm just keeping in mind, like, the time scale. And this mouth is probably probably the path we're gonna have to go. Yeah. So still sexually, like, still reproducing sexually. We pretty much always play as the female of the species. Unless it's a case like seahorses. So by whatever metric that, evolution allows, the mandibles kind of rotate themselves around into something like a beak. A beak specially meant for small fruits, shrubs, the works. And so the fins, growing less useful over time, start to recede in size a bit. In favor of sort of pseudo feet. You know, they're conjoined with sort of these limb-like deals. Looks strange, but it's about the best I can get it. On the bottom of the feet. I know, but, yeah. Yeah. I just didn't want to put them on the very bottom, because, like, when they start walking, like, it's just gonna clip into the floor. Yep, derp as hell bird. Also, I wasn't paying attention to the terrestrial terrain, so for now, color is gonna stay about the same. Except, except for, like, having sort of a scale-like deal. Lag time between when I post and what you see. Huh. I don't think it's on my end. My OBS says that, I'm doing alright as far as... Definitely yours, okay. Oh, you're downloading SPORE? Fair. Fair. Okay. Let's see the waddle of this little guy. Yeah, so, like I mentioned, the poisonous gland is pressurized to be able to spit at distances and assault enemies. Oh. It's not a proper waddle yet. And apparently, like, with the inclusion of these fins, there's some capacity to, like, lunge slash leap at anything worth lunging or leaping at. And let's just say, for the sake of argument, that despite now being fully herbivorous, the Orpheus species still retains some instincts to that of a predator, and thus starts out somewhat aggressive. Angy herbivores, yes. Heckin' hippopotamus! Okay, so the terrain is generally a sort of teal, greenish. Yep, so very, already like very tight-knit family clusters or groups. But of course, there's always a bigger fish. Always a bigger beast. Herbivores! I love you so much. I know I will say, given the fact that I am streaming a bit later than usual, it usually means my cutoff point is a little sooner than usual, at least normally. Thank you, wife, for the stretch. And hydrate. That is stretch. And I shall drink. And now, save. Thank you so much. And so, I'm honestly thinking I will leave off the Orphea frogbirds as they are right now, and we'll have to see what the future holds for them the next time we play SPORE. Next time, whenever that will be. Okay. That was SPORE. I sent all my friend creatures into space with little issue. God, I can't wait to show Pocky that her creatures heading out to the cosmos, all suited up. I'm gonna do that like almost right away after wrapping everything up. But yeah, thank you all for joining me. The saga will continue at some point. Not sure when. I anticipate that I'll be streaming this Thursday, but I'm likely going to be streaming something else. I know somebody yesterday, on yesterday's stream, offered to buy me Inscription, but I haven't heard back from them, so we'll see. To be honest, I was about cautiously optimistic about that ordeal. Just a random stranger, buying me a game, or offering to buy me a game. It's a little sus, but, I think I'm as careful as I feel is appropriate. Never mind that. Let's find somebody to raid, shall we? And also, I suppose, a raid message. We'll have a different raid message this time around. Let me see. It'll just be Frogbird attack. Alright. And who is online? We got Phoebe, we got Clover, Kay, Rain, Shiggy. Ooh. Shiggy is doing some D&D. We also got Kaya, which we raided a little while ago. Nini. Ooh, Nana is also streaming. How about we raid Shiggy? Shiggy with D&D. I know my wife would probably approve. Probably, I'm about confident she will approve. Won't you, baby? Alright, so I'm also rating her because she is a fellow Moonlit Yakuza member. I watched her play Man of Medan a little while ago with somebody, and that was a really fun time. She's great. So we're gonna give some love to this bunny mama. Yes, D&D! They're playing D&D! So we will drop in. Thank you, all my lily pals. All 300 of you, goddamn. I gotta do something special. Something. I gotta think. I will think. But until whatever occasion that will be, I will be streaming on Thursday. Also, there's plans to collab with Rem and the Sleepover Crew very soon. I wonder if that'll be like as soon as tomorrow, even. I'll keep y'all notified on Twitter. But until y'all see me and I see you next time, oh yeah, swimmy!